was dispatched to handle a domestic battery incident. The caller, a man, reported that his girlfriend, following their breakup, had become increasingly aggressive. Her behavior had worsened significantly, and she began physically assaulting him. The situation escalated after the breakup, and he reached out to the authorities for help as the violence became unmanageable.
I'm just trying to, pack my and get it out of his house. That's literally all I'm trying to achieve here. She has a past of grabbing my shit, taking my phone and tried to hide it. I just want to get my
We've been doing this since we left Catholic for 8:30.
Do you need any ambulance for anything?
No, I'm okay.
What happened?
Aggressive breakup argument. Grab my shit. 4 months, our lease is over. Let's separate and go live somewhere. Let's pay our bills. We need to end. This has happened multiple times.
The officer observed visible marks on the woman's body, which suggested some form of physical altercation. Shortly after, the woman arrived at the scene, appearing extremely agitated and aggressive. Her heightened emotional state made the situation tense, requiring the officer to carefully assess both parties' behavior to prevent further escalation.
Cornered as soon as I told him that when the lease is up, my mom, the co-signer, he's off. He's over. And I'm going to stay here. Lost it. Followed me from room to room, tried to corner me in the room. I turned around and spit at him. Absolutely spit at him because he had me cornered against the back of the door. And the room is dark. We're right where the closet is and where the door opens. And then turned around, spit at him, got out, tried to lock myself in the bathroom. Didn't happen. And then we separate. I come out in the car. Then he starts getting all of our stuff. And now I'm worried about my stuff. So I'm following him around the house. And then he pinned me up again 2 or 3 times. And in response, I attacked him from this direction.
What about all this blood and stuff all over here?
Him scratching me. He had me up against the washing machine. And where our washer and dryer is, it's a very, very tiny unit. There's bleach all over. You can see it. Inside? Nobody else is inside. But you can see in everywhere you walk. I can explain exactly what happened.
The woman requested that the officer come inside the apartment, promising to explain her side of the situation. Once inside, she recreated the entire scene, linking it to the previous incident, and began to describe what had happened. Her actions and explanation aimed to provide context to the visible marks and the events leading up to the confrontation. The officer, now inside the apartment, had the opportunity to observe the environment, which may have offered further clues about the incident. As the woman explained her perspective, the officer would have been attentive to both her account and the physical evidence present, which could be crucial in understanding the full story.
All this domestic charges from him.
Hi, puppy.
Never wanted to call prior.
Hi, puppers.
Okay. So he locked me out of the back door, locked me out of the front door. That's why this is out there, because I came through the front. He had me pinned up against right here, right up against this way right here.
What do you mean, like which way? Oh, like
he was standing right here, and I was trying to get out. He would not let me, so I turned around and I spit at him. And I got out and went to try to lock myself in the bathroom. I had that window open. I tried to scream for neighbors. You can knock on the neighbors across the street. I've been screaming for...
So you ran in there?
Yes, and tried to lock the door. He would not let me. And then he comes outside. He's packing his belongings. He stops.
So then you couldn't stay in there, so you get out and try to...
No, because the second I opened the window and started screaming, then he would stop. And I just want to find a cell phone at this point. Okay. I just want to find a phone, because if I do have to hit him, he will hit me back.
Okay.
And he is gonna win.
Do you have, is that a scratch on your neck?
Yes. Okay. And he had me like this, and
How do you like what?
He had me. Yes.
Okay.
Right here on the back porch.
The woman persistently altered her account of the events, trying to convince the officer that she was innocent and that the man had been the one assaulting her. She was adamant that her version of the story be accepted, presenting herself as the victim.
What, was he trying to prevent you from going outside?
Correct. He was trying to prevent me from going outside. No, I was walking inside, and he was preventing me from walking inside, getting away from him, and...
Why did you run outside?
Because I thought he was going to ruin my plants. Okay. I thought he was going to, because I love my plants, and I thought he was going to start destroying my plants. Okay. And then, so he starts ripping down the lights. That's fine, whatever. And then he had me like this, and I came at him with this, and missed. And then he grabbed it out of my hand and threw me back in a chokehold and said, when are you going to stop? And tried to just wrestle me to...
Like, when are you going to stop what?
When am I going to stop doing what I'm doing? Telling him that we're... Whatever the argument base is.
Okay.
And in the midst of that, I scratched the living out of him.
Okay.
And every mark on him is because I was being held backwards.
What did... he wasn't defending himself from you?
No. No.
To support her claims, she showed the officer several videos she had taken during the incident. In the footage, she could be seen screaming loudly and yelling at the man. However, the videos only captured certain moments, potentially leaving out key parts of the altercation. While one officer was busy gathering information from the male victim, the victim remained exceptionally calm and composed during the process. The victim's calm demeanor was crucial in ensuring that the facts were conveyed without confusion or emotional interference, allowing the officer to focus on the critical aspects of the case without distraction.